Hi everybody, 10th of December, another day in my daily diaries of how I'm now coping with the loss of my wife due to Parkinson's. Again, today's been a good day for me, mainly because I've been busy. My mind's been active. It's just, if you keep your mind active, it stops it wandering off and doing like just one particular part during the day. Today where I went on a little bit of a, not downer, but I went a bit down memory lane. I was in the cafe. I'd done some shopping. I went for a cafe in Morrison's, and there was a woman coming with her husband. I presume it was her husband, in a wheelchair, but it was a motorised wheelchair, so it looked like he was, properly poorly. He was a big chap and all, and then she went and ordering the meals and the drinks, and she was actually feeding him. He was conversating, he was chatting away, and they was having a good conversation with each other, but she was actually feeding him because he couldn't, obviously his hands didn't work. And I just sort of remembered back, me having to feed Angie, but I only ever did that outside a couple of times. Angie never said anything, but I think she was at that stage where she either couldn't say anything or she didn't realise. But I felt it not to do it, just to save a bit of dignity for Angie. Not that it bothered me, because it didn't. I'd passed that stage a long time ago. It was, well, I'm sorry if you don't like it, lump it. It didn't bother me whatsoever, but just to preserve a bit of dignity, I think, for Angie. I only ever did it a couple of times, so. But obviously I did it a lot at home. Well, I did it all the time at home after we got past a certain stage. So I was just sat watching, but only watching without looking. Because like I said before, I don't look at people in wheelchairs and that. I smiled at him and then at her when they first come in. That's okay. Don't stare at him and then smile at her. You let on and smile at him first. That's fine, but then don't keep looking over at somebody in a wheelchair. And certainly not if the people that they were feeding them. That to me anyway, I wouldn't have liked it. I wouldn't have liked that. So yeah, it put me on a bit of a sad half an hour, 3/4 of an hour while it was going on. But prior to that, I'd had a good day, and since then, I'd given my head a wobble and got up and got on with it. So I had a restless night again during the night. I can't get this, solid sleep thing. I can't get that going at all at the minute. So restless. I don't know what it is, because I'm waking up, but I'm not remembering any dreams or anything. So I don't know. I need to try and get, something going with that. But it is what it is. So I was up at 7:45. Nearly got ready and got off to the gym, but I remember the cleaner was coming at 10 o'clock. No, not that I could have done, because I have a key safe anyway on the outside, and she knows the number, so she would have let herself in, but I wouldn't have left any money for her. So anyway, so I waited for her to 10 till 12, a couple of hours, but then I got all the numbers for, Sky, BT, gas and electric. So I'm not doing any of this online. So I found the numbers that, relevant numbers I had to speak to. So once she'd arrived, Amber had got here, I said, right, Amber, I'm just going in the office, and I left her to it, and I got stuck into that. So I got on the gas and electric, and I've organised that, because my moving day is the 19th now, so it's a week on Friday. So the gas and electric gets moved over from here to there on the 19th, and I got a better deal as well. Can't be faulting that, can I? So my direct debits come down from, I think it's £135 a month to 77. So I'm happy with that. The Sky, I got on that onto them. Couldn't really get me any better deal because I think I've got the best deal around anyway. You know, other than me going with their broadband and mobile, which I'm not doing because I'm with the EE. You know, I'm happy with the EE, and I've got a great deal with EE, as you can imagine. So, but the Sky gets done. He said I can do it on the 19th in the afternoon, but I said no, I'll be too busy. So they're coming on the Saturday, the morning after, between 8 and 1, to get my Sky dish put up and get all that set up. And so is the BT man. He's coming fitting me my broadband Saturday morning. So yeah, so I was pleased with that. I was really expecting him to say, oh, he can't have it done till, you know, after Christmas, and it'll be, you know, December the 27th or something like that. You know, because I had half visions of me not having a TV on Christmas Day. So yeah, I was pleased with my little self on that one. I've organised the removals. So I got all of the main headaches done, really. And then I was off, I was in the gym, I was on the machine for 25 past 12. Out for about 2 o'clock. Saw my mate Sean. As I was going in, he was just going out. So I could chat with him for 5 minutes. He's doing all right. Doing all right. He just said same as usual. Nothing changed with his wife, you know, because she's, like I said, she's in that home. So yeah, and then I went to Morrison's and did my shopping from there. And like I said, I went in the cafe, had something to eat. So I got home here 4ish, 4:15, something like that. I think that's it. As long as you can keep your mind busy, it stops it wandering off. You know, well, with being a man, not being able to multitask like you women can. You know, you can only do one thing at a time, and it's da-da-da. So, but that's all I've got to try and do. If I can keep my mind busy, then it'll help. You know, so now the move's coming up. I've got some more packing to do. I might get most of the kitchen finished off tomorrow, if I don't go over to Angie's grave. I phoned up about getting the soil topped up and all. I've done that, so I said right, I'll pass that over to the grave digging department, and they'll do it in the next couple of days. So good. So I said I don't know if I'm going to go over tomorrow. I'm toying with the idea. I wanted to leave it a weekend. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. I'll get up and get to the gym early in the morning. Yeah, so I'm pretty good mood again today. I joined a Parkinson's chat group on Facebook as well. I've had a couple of notifications come through anyway, so I've joined it today. And somebody was asking, they've just been freshly diagnosed, and the medication they can't eat before and after, and it's a minefield. You know, any tips? So I've give that lady my rundown of how it comes. You know, if you get into it, it'll come as second nature. You know, an hour before, an hour after, and all that, and just work around it. And like I said, the only issue really was getting other people to understand, especially when you went out for meals. You know, you go out with family in the afternoon. You know, and Angie's tablet was taken at 4 o'clock, which means she can't eat after 3. All right, well, we'll book it for 3 then. No, she can't eat after 3. So you have to book it for 2. You know, so she can get the meal, eat it, and be finished for 3. Or you have to book it till like after 5. You know, so that was the only problem you eventually came. But the immediate family more or less got the hang of it. You know, but I understand what this woman meant. It is a minefield trying to work it around. You know, because she said she was on a 4-hourly medication, same as Angie. So 8 a.m, 12 p.m, 4 p.m, and 8 p.m. But Angie was on a slow release anyway, you know, half an hour before she went to bed as well, but this woman's not at the moment. So yeah, so you know, hopefully I'll get involved with that a bit more. I've messaged Tom off I'm a Celebrity again, so I'll just start bombarding him with messages every day now, I think, on TikTok and on his Facebook thing. So hopefully anyway, so I did give it some more thought, you know, definitely in the new year now. I'm definitely going to do some fundraising. Definitely. I've got me bit between my teeth now. So yeah, so again, I've had like I said, a good day. So I'm not really hungry yet. I'm going to get me shower and then make something to eat in a bit. I'll not have something heavy. I'll just have something light again, and I'll do another one tomorrow. One story I was thinking of today was years ago when I come out of the building trade. Before he ended up having a business, you know, selling football scarves and hats and owning stalls outside Man United and stuff. I was sort of working on the markets and flitting about from selling one thing to another. And at one point, was selling cushions and pillows on the market and cushion covers, and we ended up making our own pillows and cushions. We went out and bought the fibre and got the loft converted upstairs, put the table up there with sewing machine. I'd do the cutting, Angie do all the sewing. On this particular day, she's sewing away, and she got a Stanley knife, and she was cutting something, and she actually cut her wrist, and it's sort of like there, and she ended up with a big scar, and she had that scar for the rest of her life. Well, you can imagine, I mean, luckily it didn't cut anything, mate, but there was blood pouring out anyway, so, you know, right, oh, come on, let's get you, no, leave it, just get me some cloths, get me some honey, because she's a big believer in honey on cuts, and well, we both were, you know, she slowed it right down, and she's got a bandage wrapped around it. I said, well, do you want to go to hospital? So she said, no, we've got this order of pillows that needs to go out tomorrow. There was some hotel had ordered a load of pillows off us. So we've still got them orders to finish. You know, tough as old boots, real tough as old boots she was. When she's sewing away, and she's got this bandage on her wrist like this. And I just certainly, because I can see bits of blood still coming through it. I said, don't be getting any blood on them pillows, you know. Oh, well, you can imagine the abuse I got, can't you? You know, it's just light-heartedly I said it, you know, and light-heartedly I got the abuse back, and that was it. But again, that was you know, so we got the pillows orders finished, and by that time it had stopped anyway. So we undid the bandage and put some fresh honey on it and made some little stitches up ourselves, some little butterfly stitches, and put a bandage back on it. Yeah, tough as all boots she was, tough as all boots, proper tough, and yeah. So yeah, that was my story for today. So again, thanks for listening. Keep your comments coming, press your like buttons, follow me, and forward and share these videos on, and I'll do another one tomorrow. So as per usual, you take care now. Bye.